Welcome back. It's Claude Sander and Adam Smith with Taurus, just back in front of our Ag in Motion site. Moving on to our product breakdown. Currently, we're going to be talking about our biologicals.
I guess essentially in our biological section, Premier Tech brings us a main line called Active Inoculants, which we've been expanding with them, dealing with them in about 7-8 years now. But I said the majority of the expansion of the product portfolio has been in the last 5 years. So we're essentially rounding out a portfolio with straight rhizobium inoculants, with the addition of a liquid rhizobium that we can put on seed as well as in furrow, working with the people from Alpine to run through their injection kits as well in the in furrow instances. So new addition to our portfolio there, and the on the seed portion showing really good promise, and look forward to that, I guess, in the fall. As we keep rounding out our portfolio, you know, the main portion of our biological is our mycorrhizae, with our really high quality strain of mycorrhizae that we put into our, call it a dual inoculant. So the addition of a rhizobium and our mycorrhizae kind of really rounds out our suite of inoculants.
What was the main interest that Taurus really grabbed onto when it came to Premier Tech and what they have for products?
Yeah, I guess when you look at it, you know, 7 to 8 years ago, the whole biological or soil health would have been really cutting edge, right? So, you know, I guess good on Taurus for looking at stuff outside the box and bringing it in early. But I'd say really just high quality mycorrhizae has been the real driver on that.
Yeah. What are some of the key aspects of mycorrhizae, and I guess where do I see my biggest benefits with going after a mycorrhizae? What crops do I want to use that mycorrhizae on, and what's the reason I might use that dual inoculant mycorrhizae in it?
Mycorrhizae essentially is a symbiotic fungal inoculant that's essentially making symbiosis with all but essentially 1 to 2 of our crops in Western Canada, with the addition of maybe some specialty crops. But I guess maybe a question for you is, what is that crop? What are those 2 crops that it does not form an association with?
One of the main ones, which we all we know about, and it's over in the back corner over here, is canola. So canola does its. I think I answered that question right, but that's the main one, and that hits about 20-some million acres, give or take a few, every year. So all those acres, the mycorrhizae, which typically likes to reassociate itself every 6 weeks, and without that association, whether it be a weed or a crop that we're trying to grow, it'll die off. So we need to have that association, that crop available, and if we have a crop like canola, then that association in our populations will drop in those fields.
Yeah. So, yeah, the trick part of number 2, I guess, becomes mustard. There isn't a really big mustard growing area, but you know, and the other one in southern Alberta would be the sugar beet. So canola being the main one, as Claude said, 20 million acres of canola not forming an association with mycorrhizae. Not only can we follow it up with our pulses, which we do some canola rotation stuff with our mycorrhizae, but the addition of cereal crops. So you can actually inoculate your cereals with active, being mycorrhizae only, and seeing the added benefits of that. So
beyond rotation like canola, reducing your population of mycorrhizae, what are some other things that will reduce my mycorrhizae population?
Tillage, I guess you could put that in there. You know, we forget that Claude and I live in a pretty big zero-till area, but we've had a lot of rainfall this year, and you know, I'd say probably we're going to see areas that are going to have to do some tillage just for ruts, as well as some management, try to dry some stuff up. And you know, there's a big areas in Manitoba and Alberta that still do some tillage as well. So
Excellent. Is Premier Tech, are they working on anything new that you can discuss briefly, or is there anything exciting that we're hoping, or are they always working on something new?
Yeah, Premier Tech's a very big company. We're always working on new, but we're looking at some new soil health stuff coming down the pipeline, and we got a few years research on some new stuff, so look forward to that going forward to be commercially available for all you guys.
Right on. Well, stay tuned to see what Taurus and Premier Tech have to offer in the near future. I think we're maybe even displaying one of the new products out here this year a little bit. If you get a chance to get it together with a Taurus rep, make sure you then come out to the AIM site. Make sure you ask them where the plot is that maybe has some of that new research product.
You bet. Thanks, Claude.
Thanks a lot.